Group match between Ducker Gaming and Tnort 23. Today I am joined by my good friend Blunts and Beats. Say hello, Blunts.
Hi.
Nice. And we are off to Mumbai, first of all, chosen by Ducker. As you can see, Ducker, 19 times playing Mumbai in a Roulette Rivals match setting. That's a lot, isn't it?
Yeah, and as a 6-time RR champion, how many times did those Mumbais, get him toward the that title?
I mean, playing it that lot. I mean, we kind of know anyway. Ducker is pretty strong on Mumbai. He's pioneered a lot of the stuff that everybody does nowadays. So I am excited to see him bringing out Mumbai against Tnort, who also is somewhat of a Mumbai fan, I must admit. Stat line not quite telling such a pretty picture there at 3-5-0, but still has 3 wins under his belt, 8 total matches there. So he's no stranger to Mumbai either. Should make for a good matchup.
Who doesn't have a tragic Mumbai origin story?
Exactly.
I wonder if Ducker was looking at a lot more high of a loss ratio before he got his current standing of wins.
Must admit, I mean, I didn't actually touch on how the 19 are spread out, but 14 wins, 4 losses, and 1 tie. That's 18 out of 19 spins completed, and 14 of them before his opponent. That's very impressive, no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, there must be a good streak in there at least.
Anyway, Mumbai is about to arrive, and I'll give you these honours, Blunts, if you'd like to read the spin.
All right, so we have Wazir Kale, the Maelstrom, with the assault rifle as dancer. Vanya Shah, explosive weapon as local security, and Dawood Rangan, falling objects as laundry workers. So it's an interesting mix. Because we have dancer in the spin. We know there's a dancer start that you can do just to get that disguise, but it's no good with this Dawood.
Yeah, absolutely. It would be nonsensical for this Dawood, given that there's another dancer at the laundry spot, isn't there? Another free dancer's disguise.
Yeah, of course, the free one.
So it kind of makes sense to see if you can pick it up from there. Falling object will be decent now, especially with the assault rifle. You might actually see these guys bringing an SA and using that to shoot it from the boat. Be nice.
I believe Tnort played Mumbai spin recently with falling objects on Darwood, or maybe it was Vanya. I think it was Darwood actually. Yeah.
I know I got it in league with Maelstrom. I think I didn't even know what to do with it. In hindsight, I know exactly what to do, but at the time, it just stumped me. I was like, God knows. Hit him over the head in the alley. That's all I know. Speaking of, I don't know if Tnort's having. Yeah, Tnort's crashed. So, not Dr. Gadamin has crashed. Yeah. Sorry, I've got the wrong way around.
He was just running into the skywalk railing for a good few seconds there.
So, I'm not sure how we handle this because I think
it's early on. I think currently we tend to wait until there's actual clear sign that they're at a disadvantage. Tnort could rip at any point, bringing them back up to scratch, I guess. But it is a bit of a shame.
Is this so to commentate on what we can see? It looks to me like Tnort is going for the lead actor's disguise, which would be a costly mistake.
Yeah, definitely.
It has taken the lead actor's disguise.
Lead actor,
keep a close eye on that because he's only around a corner from his kill. Admins might have to.
Yeah, have to assume that lead actor just doesn't have any dancing skills whatsoever. He's dressed like a dancer, but
I tell you what,
he just can't dance, I guess.
Do they all? They don't all have wings, do they?
Yeah, they do.
Do they do? I'm not sure.
I think might be the only one with glasses. I think that's his main distinguishing feature.
I literally thought that it was lead actor.
Oh, maybe he's just using this for an infiltration into the tower here to get the dance from there.
Possible, because
I'd mention that free one.
I'd assume he would have just gone and outright killed the Maelstrom if that was his intention. So perhaps you're right there. Perhaps it's just a. But then why do you need a disguise to infiltrate the tower? It's a very, very interesting play from Tnort here. I'm not sure. He clearly doesn't remember about the free disguise. Probably going to kick himself for that a bit later. Does look like you're right. It does look like he's taking the disguise just to get access to the tower to go and get a regular dancer, which is a relief.
He does have to get local security from here at some point too, although I guess he can leave Vanya set up with the explosive and get that at the end.
I would expect he'll let Rangan leave to get under the boat before coming back and Karma in a security to save any aggro there, but I could be wrong.
To get laundry work at 2, which would have been near the free dancer.
Sure. As we say that, he's got the what's this guy? I can't think what they call him on this map.
It's another Bollywood crew, isn't it?
Bollywood crew, that's it. It's basically tech crew.
Yeah.
Ducker finally back in the game at a 3-minute disadvantage, which apparently doesn't affect the outcome of the match. But we won't talk about that.
We'll see. we get to watch a full match before deciding whether it's valid. That's fine. This is fine.
So at least now we have 2 players both on the move. Nice quick isolation from Ducker there. Grabs the Holy Man disguise and goes off towards pick up. What's he going for? Straight for the free dancer, isn't he? Yeah, get that kill out of the way. Yeah, so this is a lot more like what I expected we'd be seeing. Tnort has now got himself a dancer on the hook. Waits for the head turn, very patient, very careful. Good job. Doesn't get GRB'd.
A lot of KO in an infiltration required to get that. He went to great lengths.
Like if nobody seen me push him down there, I would have gotten away with it.
There's nearly 4 minutes gone on what is effectively a 60-second kill. Captain Hindsight is not going to be happy. So Ducker, now dressed as the dancer, doesn't have his assault rifle, but perhaps has left it with the Maelstrom in the alleyway. So I'm pretty sure he did beat him over the head with it. Struggling to find his climb prompt there. Gets it just fine though.
It's our harsh mistress and hitman.
So I suspect we should see a kill at any moment now. Not a very exciting one, just a ballistic on a dead body, but or an unconscious body, but it is what it is. Tnort now also making the
Not
same
fast
run. So
approaching,
interesting to see this and how this has worked out. That due to Tnort's
have synced up.
Like, I can't
much
tell you how many
longer
times I've done that
disguise
where I
grab,
fucking misread the spin, thinking
the
it was
crash has
fucking
kind of
goddamn
not
fucking
affected things. Well, it has definitely
dancer.
affected things. Ducker should be 3 minutes in the
Yeah.
lead, but it has brought things back onto a somewhat even keel, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it comes down to largely comes down to strats now, I guess.
Yeah,
Ducker can
interesting
keep
from.
his
I was gonna say interesting.
sort of,
Tnort still
map
has
knowledge.
the holy man to leave with. Ducker's left as the dancer still. Don't know if that gives any
Right.
kind of
We'll be
advantage.
done
So
around the
really,
8-minute mark.
Dance seems pretty safe around here.
Yeah,
I'm not seeing any enforcers.
same. Holy man
He's
has
got
just
the-
found one. No, I mean
Got
this
the poor
should.
guy just going through this laundry area here.
I say this should. Oh, Ducker, that was sketchy. Gets his karma shot off and is hopefully going to get this laundry worker grab just fine. Doesn't want to risk this guy turning around. No, he's fine. So once again, Ducker just being much more direct here than Tnort. Tnort taking a major diversion to get into the laundry worker.
What an idiot!
It's definitely showing off that map knowledge, that experience.
Absolutely. Tnort actually testing out the size of the box, and I think he meant to do it. Brings himself.
Somebody's got to do it.
Brings himself as nice to safe laundry worker. It's going to knock him out, put him in a box. Meanwhile, Duck Up gets the brick in, which is a very commonly seen part of this map, isn't it? There aren't many spins where the brick doesn't get used.
Yeah, and it makes complete sense too.
And obviously the 2 kills are kind of on rails after that point. So getting that in is a huge bonus for Ducker.
And of course, I get falling object again. Like
Tnort probably going to be about a minute behind by the time he gets that brick in, which is a huge amount.
I have no clue where to fucking safely shoot from.
Yeah, not much left to do as long as Ducky can get these isolations, these KOs to isolate Vanya.
Well, the interesting thing is because what's his name, Rangan's live, you can use the snail for these lot instead.
Yeah,
speed this right up.
Yes,
but hasn't opted for that. It's just gone for the more traditional Vanya shuffle. It's gonna
Vanya shuffle.
gonna set her up most likely with a breach in charge. It's why using a loud explosive when the rules say you don't have to. And that will be the explosive weapon kill setup. Exciting stuff. Tnort, on the other hand, like I say, is a little way behind. He's about to tread the same path, exactly the same path as Ducker just had, maybe with some optimizations. We'll see. Ducker with a massive lead right now. 3 minutes in-game time less, but just so much further ahead.
Only potential thing I could think to sort of take a shortcut here is to get the local security before doing the Darwood kill. So you have that kill done, and as soon as you fire that shot on the boat, you're ready to go.
Sure. I mean, if he has the karma, that would be super handy just to take one of the security out and have him instantly woken up again. But I don't think he's got a good timing for that. I think he's just going to chill out, wait for Darwood. As you say, he's played the rest of the spin so fast. He can afford to sit back for a minute and think, you know what, I'm going to be careful with this. I've seen a lot of people rip on this. We've all seen a lot of people rip on this, and you can see by his movements now, he's not entirely happy about what he's up to. He's kind of feeling it out.
Right.
So this is going to be a crucial shot for Ducker Gaming here.
He does have an assault rifle that was in the spin, so that's pretty nice for him. One of the better weapons you can do this with.
Cool. I just said he'd be shooting it from the pier. Either way, Darwood Rangan has arrived. He has missed. He gets it second try. That
Luckily
is
his
good.
guards don't surround him for the lockdown. He didn't have enough time for that.
Does decide to go the opposite direction. I do not blame him after triggering that lockdown. The guards are all going to be hyper alert. Does not want to risk getting seen by them this far in the spin.
He just needs his local security though, which is gotta get from somewhere. I'm not sure where else you could get one from. Is there one in the laundry area?
Awful.
I don't think so. There's some around
He's
like
literally almost done, dude. I fucked up with
yeah,
the
no,
dancer.
just literally just around the construction, isn't it? And on
Fucked
the
up big
outskirts
time.
of the
I lost, like,
construction.
fucking 3 minutes.
Well,
Fucking
mate,
sucks.
if there is one, Ducker will show us.
Yeah,
sure.
it seems like.
Like for fucking fuck.
So Tnort, like we said, kind of on rails at this point, is now sat waiting for Darwood Rangan, eyeing up his, or well, having a little ponder about how he's going to approach this same shot. But of course, with it being so on rails, the only thing, as Blunt's pointed out earlier, that could really save him right now would be getting the security kill done before Darwood. And potentially he could snatch victory here because Ducker is taking a long time about getting this last disguise.
And we do sort of hope.
Tnort with the Kruger.
Oh, nice.
Go on, lad. First try as well. That's how we do it.
Sick.
GG. Making it look easy. And of course, gets to go straight past the guards because there's no panic.
Yeah.
Has no reason
to
doubt himself. So
I
Tnort
have no idea where Ducker is going for this disguise.
That's a good point. Is it the chores, isn't he? What is he doing? Is there a free one here or something?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Pulled his gun out and then realised the door was unlocked. I think. Careful, Ducker. What are you up to?
He's resorting to that map a bit as well.
Kind of hard to call what Ducker's up to right now because he's dressed as a laundry worker in the chores, sneaking about someone's flat with an assault rifle.
Yeah,
meanwhile, Tnort has the last disguise
and
is on his way to the exit. This is an absolute shocker of a turnaround, and I'm glad I'm here to see it live.
Yeah.
Teenager saying there is a free security in a locked room, but by definition, if the room's locked, it's not free. And it's definitely not as free as taking them two guys out right next to where Rangan's at. So, interesting play here from Ducker.
Maybe Ducker knows of its existence, he just doesn't know exactly where it is, so that's causing him some trouble right now.
It seemed that way, but it's amazing after that crash as well that he's opted to.
Why is it not clicking fucking done?
To spend this much time at it. Now, question I have, I believe when there's an instance of a crash, the photo finish timer gets extended. Is that a thing here?
You would hope so.
Do we have an extended photo finish timer for Ducker so that he can finish his run and be compared fairly?
Yeah, there's obviously it could take more than 3 minutes to complete the spin, and then it would sort of be a moot point. But
oh my god.
I mean, we all saw the crash was literally at spawn.
Yeah.
He didn't move an inch. He turned left and started running, and that was it, wasn't it? So
for no tough decisions there.
Sure, I'm gonna wait till an admin speaks up before I really say much about this though, because I'm not sure where we're at. This may be a clear win. This may not be. Ducker, of course, is now spent upwards of 3 to 4 minutes on this security disguise and still doesn't have it. Has a snail in his inventory as well. He's going to kick himself for this.
Just needs to get any security as fast as possible.
Sure. And he's got it now. He's going to get these two with a snail and behind half cover, so he should be fine to just run in there and pinch her close. This guard is getting there a bit quick, but he sees the bodies and all is good.
Oh my fucking
And of
God.
course, the exit is just around the corner.
Looks like the admin's made a decision now and is giving that to Tnort.
Oh,
That's
wow.
taken Ducker, I guess, longer than the time he was crashed for.
Possibly. So that's confirmed then, I guess. GG's to Tnort. He gets the win there in Mumbai. Slightly unfortunate circumstances, but
Ducker was speeding ahead there. Had the map knowledge, was
I mean,
really optimizing it right until that last disguise, that local security.
Realistically, they both just played a flawless map. No resets. Ducker finished with a minute less in-game time. Is what it is, so Tnort gets the points, and we are off to Colorado, which I am certainly happy about. How about you, Blunts?
Yeah, might be interesting. See.
I love a bit of Colorado, me.
Yeah, obviously there's both more by the books approaches and more sort of there's all sorts of stuff you can do here.
You'd have to tell me, mate.
Please, Ducker.
We don't see it often though.
You can still fucking make it. Just let me have
hope for an interesting spin at least.
You can sweep
I'll be honest,
you don't even have to sweep everybody.
I'm pretty much expecting a very run-of-the-mill meta play from both of these guys. That's the way it is, isn't it?
Let me get close and then fucking rip
Yeah, we can either hope for something that challenges them or maybe something that tempts them to try something a bit more risky or something. Yeah.
So I need these other 2 points.
I wouldn't mind seeing a long-range snipe.
Like, I fucking need them.
Yeah.
I need to contact Ducker.
Who would your most likely candidate for that be? Probably Maya?
Yeah, most likely Maya. Make it
his
easy.
game crashed?
Well, see, there's plenty of available opportunities.
I would have stopped. I always stop. I stop for Blythe.
I don't mind seeing a live Scarecrow kill, I suppose.
Jesus Christ,
How about that? Maya, Fiberwire as Scarecrow.
Yeah.
Oh, I tell you what, even better, Loud Ballistic. Loud Ballistic, like Loud Pistol or something.
Right. And escaping that area as Scarecrow could be a good one.
Depends what you kill her. Of course, that is one of them kills there that's not quite as cookie cutter as the rest of them. You know, the players will have to think a little bit and make a decision there rather than just getting her by the box.
Yeah, I would assume Blueprint Room, Peekaboo in there. It's got to be the safest for Loud, right?
Yeah, that's what I do.
And then I'm thinking, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get this Maelstrom kill real quick.
Safest for anything Scarecrow, really.
This dude in the canal and fucking go kill him.
Yeah, making that in that room with the door shut, no one on the bomb site hears the shot. Only everyone this side. So Sean doesn't even get panicked or out.
I would have went that whole run.
Yeah. I do often. It's easy to forget about the lockdowns on other targets.
Like, this is the shit that I do.
Obviously, considering where they'll be, if we have one target that's live and you can't KO them, and then you've got to do a Loud kill, or even if you have to KO them and they're nearby and Loud shot or whatever causes the bodies to potentially be found.
Very dumb.
Could be interesting.
So it's sort of interesting to note here, on the complete contrary to the last map, this one obviously picked by Tnort. Tnort has been here 14 times in competition, took home 9 victories, 4 losses and 1 tie. Ducker 8 times over the course of all the tournaments he's played. He's only come to Colorado 8 times. Has took the win 4 times, which is pretty decent. 3 losses and 1 tie. So it's not like he doesn't know how to play Colorado, but clearly not as well liked as Mumbai.
Yeah,
I think he's
both have experience on both the maps, it seems, but they clearly have picked the one where they sort of favour more. We assume they've picked most of those.
Yeah, I think both of these guys respect each other a lot, and that's very evident in their picks. They both respect each other's play. They both know they're going to put up a good fight. They've both brought out the guns, quite frankly. So interesting to see how this goes now, with Ducker obviously taking a loss on his own map. Like, hopefully that's absolutely fired him up, and he's sitting on the El Matador. He's ready for it. They both are. They both like, come on, now pistol scarecrow miner. Let's get it.
Let's have something different other than silver ballers, Krugers, and Chalmers.
I'll get this one then. We have Sean Rose with a screwdriver as an explosive specialist. Penelope Graves with a kitchen knife in a suit. Ezra Berg with a cleaver as a militia cook. And Maya Pavati with a silenced assault rifle as a militia soldier.
Where would you start for this? What's our default?
Yeah, so Westbridge start, obviously.
We see that even when Suit's not in the spin-off, and so definitely one that players know. See them execute some very fast plays to get the initial isolations down. Obviously, all 3 targets in the house could be isolated. We'll only see probably 2 at most.
Yeah, it's very, very typical. It's just let Sean wander. Especially with this being screwdriver explosive specialist, because both things are over that side of the map. So you absolutely make sense to go and get Maya and then get him either in the shed or by the hay baler.
We've got Silence Day on Maya as well, so it's so kind. Really,
we have an early rip there from Ducker. Gets a side KO with the briefcase in the basement clearance, which is very unfortunate. Tnort does not, however, has himself a crowbar, takes everybody down very, very cleanly. Is still in his suit. I'm not sure if he's going to look for the Penelope peekaboo real quick. It looks like he's missed it. That's not a worry. She will present more opportunities. So Ducker, of course, now puts himself at a little bit of a disadvantage here. He's 45 seconds behind. Obviously, on a map like Colorado, that can be a quite substantial amount of time to have to save, because the spin is very cookie cutter. Like, I can't see much difference in how these two played. There's a couple of things.
Definitely follows the specific timetable, really.
I think the key areas to watch are going to be like the cook grab, for example. I think the cook grab and how these two players attack that is going to set them apart quite substantially. Weapon collection obviously is free. It's just 2 knives by the cook and the screwdriver. The suit you bought in, specialist. Once again, I think there's faster ways and slower ways to do that. I think they could gain a little bit of time. Same again could be said with the soldier, but
you've got a selection of choices, soldier. Might be interested to see which one they go for.
The thing is, I mean, even the difference between a slow and fast cook grab and a slow and fast soldier grab, I don't see it catching up 45 seconds, to be honest. I think one of these players needs to misstep, or say one of these players. If Tnort missteps, Ducker will be right on his heels, but I think this is going to be very on rails. Ducker opts in to shoot the cameras out there. I didn't notice if Nort done that, but it shouldn't change anything, really. Tnort obviously steaming off ahead. He has the assault rifle, has the screwdriver for later so that he can use that for the lure for Maya, and has a 3-ish soldier's disguise just next door. So we should see a kill very soon from Tnort. My only disappointment is he didn't get changed so we could do it live. And as expected, Ducker 45 seconds later, hot on his heels in exactly the same situation. Once again, we just need to see some kind of difference in the way these two guys attack this. Otherwise, it just ends exactly how it is right now, 45 seconds difference.
It's like a race. You've got to try and cut those corners where you can.
That's an interesting one from Tnort there. He's tranked the soldier because he knows he will get seen by the perimeter patrol. It's just prepared to let him get woken up and leave it be, which is absolutely fine.
Of course, no disguise grabs required at the point man shed, which would be where he would go to get dressed, probably. Could result in bodies found sometimes.
Oh no! I'll tell you where he'll go. Sean's shed, won't he?
Oh, will he?
There's one in Sean's shed, and there's one over by the weapon stash.
Oh,
Look.
that could be
There's a cupboard right there.
Possible complication then.
He could very well walk it. I don't think he will. I think I've seen this before and he doesn't. But something to keep an eye on here, obviously. But that being said, Tnort does have the Sean Rose isolation in the shed. Nice and simple. He's going to hide a couple of bodies. Need to make a difference, but as much as I say, wait, go on.
Ducker hasn't gotten the Maya kill quite yet. He's instead trying to go for the explosive specialist and Sean first.
Yeah, so this is good. So now we're starting to see a little bit of change here. But I think what this means is Ducker's behind. Because Sean's already in the shed, and obviously Tnort has Sean in the shed, knocked out, and Maya dead. And he's getting his disguise at the same time as Ducker's getting his disguise without that lot done. So I think while at first glance it may have looked like Ducker was optimizing, I think he's actually still at a bigger disadvantage.
Yeah, exactly. Tnort's got one objective down and still made the Sean isolation, whereas
exactly he will be two kills down in just a few seconds.
List.
And at this point, it's just that cook grab. It's the last thing, which is a notorious weak point in people's game. To be fair, seen a lot of people. That's fine.
We got a lot. We got a live kill.
That confused me. I thought it was body found, and I wasn't expecting that.
Why am I so fucking
Like a hard KO in the soldier and leaving him?
That's absolutely fine. Perimeter patrol have been passed. They won't be back for about 11, 12 minutes, something like that, and they'll be long gone by then.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know they had that long a...
Well, they walk the whole way around the map. And they stop every 100 yards to look at the fields. It takes them a while.
I did not know that.
So Tnort has just collected both convenient weapons, one after the other. He's going to use a distraction shot for the chef. He does have a Karma left. He has a Karma dart left, so this should be pretty textbook. Ducker creeping around.
For his fire extinguisher grab then.
Yeah, I mean, if you got the dart, then no need to make noise. But of course, gets the chef's disguise and gets it nice and efficiently as well. Could have done without the guard calling in that to the radio, but it is what it is. Ducker now is at the same point trying to get this law. Has both kills. He has caught up, but not quite enough yet as to where he still needs to get the disguise.
Quite a gun collection on the ground.
Gets his disguise and makes his way to the house now. Tnort gets the kill on Ezra Berg. That is Cleaver as militia cook. 3 kills out of 4. Retrieves his suit, and it's just a kitchen knife for Penelope, and he will be on his way to the exit.
Dude, I hate your
fucking this is a knife trying to show off.
Knife.
Nice try.
Now we got Ducker just doing the same kills, literally right behind him. This could still be a photo finish.
Yeah, this is the thing with Tnort missing that throw. That's one of those micro differences that's really gonna. No cameras, so
make the admin's day even better.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was about 21:38.
Change from the suit to elite in basement right at the end there. Didn't get hostile.
No, it's the next disguise.
Right. I see.
Okay, so
very close.
Seconds in it. Both, as far as I'm aware, on old generation consoles.
If there's any stream delay, I guess.
So listen to this, right? So I said to you 45 seconds at the start of the match, right? The in-games have finished 23 seconds apart. So whatever happens, Ducker caught up almost half of that 45 seconds over the course of that.
And Ducker had a restart at the start, of course.
Oh shit, he did as well, didn't he?
Yes, Tnort didn't.
That's a good point. It's the 2 loads to 1.
I'm gonna lose on a
Ducker, yeah, this could very well go Ducker's way.
Please no.
Eyes on the admin channel then.
I didn't know how long the loads were.
Has pressed done 11 seconds earlier. 11 seconds.
What did I say?
I'm not sure.
14, I think I said, but yeah, that's stream delay though, isn't it? 11 seconds, damn, like 2 loads to 1. I think Ducker's got this.
Maybe. Or it could be within tie range.
I mean, like I say, did have the faster in-game time by 20, what did I say, 23 seconds. But then obviously you add the time that was spent on that rip and you're going to roughly break even, aren't you? Interesting stuff. Can only assume Tnort had a lengthier planning section, which gave a little bit of leeway to Ducker to get that rip in. Well, for an on-rails color, I say for an on-rails color, that was quite exciting actually.
Forgetting my fucking screwdriver.
Boys done us proud.
Even just grabbing my suit and running by it.
I guess it was standard enough to make it pretty down to the details match.
Yeah, very much.
Pretty interesting.
Everything was just done very textbook. Tnort, especially his play, was super clean, super precisely, like everything, no hesitation. Knew absolutely how he wanted to attack that from start and just did that. Ducker, of course, there was a couple of times where he looked a bit less sure of himself, if you like when he was getting the disguise while Sean was in the shed. I don't think that was part of the plan.
The first time it locked on, I tried to throw it, and then it unlocked. And then
spoilers on screen, by the way. Decider. Both guys are preparing for it. Obviously, we don't know yet if it's going to be a decider as such, but as it's Roulette Rivals World Championship groups, they play all 3 matches regardless. So our boys will be going to Dartmoor. What do you think of that, Blunts? Say something nice.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Kind of zoned out for a second there, sorry.
No, I just said we're going to Dartmoor. What do you think of that?
Oh,
and
God.
You summed it up perfectly. Don't worry about it.
Sorry, it's just a defense mechanism.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like we're heading for another photo finish, but
probably,
who knows? Yeah. I mean,
again, comes down to details. It's obviously one. It's basically a speed run map. You've got to practice the 1 or 2 or 3 speed runs and be good at those. And then it comes just down to doing those faster.
I must say, Tnort has been looking very confident throughout this match.
Fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, the fact that he hit that boat shot with a Kruger first try, that just reeks of confidence, you know what I'm saying?
It's been all of his, each map so far has been first try for Tnort.
Yeah, he's playing really well. Not that Ducker isn't, of course. Ducker, apart from that one hiccup at the start of Colorado, has absolutely aced everything too.
Yeah,
it's just had a couple of costly decisions. Mumbai, of course, was still kind of perplexed by that. I understand that he needed to go the opposite way because he called the lockdown and didn't want to risk running past Rangan's gas. That's totally fair.
The amount of time he spent over at the Chols, though, he could have just waited it out.
Sure, yeah, it was like he committed so much to that idea of getting this free disguise that it just he could have got the other disguise 3 times over by now, and ultimately that cost him the map there. So
nothing in life is free.
Very true.
15, 23. Jesus Christ.
So just
wait. Still calculating away.
I mean, they're long load times, aren't they? Old gen consoles.
Like, I literally
That's a lot of seconds to add up.
Exactly. Probably went and put the kettle on while they waited for it to load. I was going to say, I hope we get a good spin, but what's a good spin on Dartmoor?
That's a question that's plagued mankind since 2021.
How can you tell if people
I'm not sure I have the qualifications to answer this on stream right now.
I think the main issue I have with it is that there's only one target. So nothing can get complicated because you never put in anything with anything else to. Do you know what I mean? It's all just one target.
Very few kill conditions that aren't just like readily available.
Like somebody can literally press done as they're getting to the
everything
exit.
is pretty much close to where she can start. Obviously, you can start in 2 states. You can pretty much choose where Alexa starts, so you can put her where you want, basically.
Yeah,
just
that
in
doesn't
planning.
help it, does it?
It was the rules.
One target with 3, you put them in 3 different positions, so like you've got everything on a platter.
Because you don't want to have accidental done presses. You know what I mean?
I don't even want to say something like Undertaker, because that's not exciting. It's just a run.
They get red guns right at the exit and they press done.
It's not like you have to do anything decent to get the disguise, is it? You turn up, trank him, take his clothes, and run off again.
Yeah, it's certainly not a map I would be proud of having a record on. I say that aimed at no one in particular.
All right, Mr. Haven, calm down.
God.
That's lucky, mate.
So much
I am so bad.
Accidents happen.
Yeah.
Still waiting on this decision here about this. I was about to say round 2. It's not, is it? It's just a group match. Map 2 result. That's what I was looking for. What's the words?
A finished draw on Colorado would be pretty nuts. Has that ever happened before?
Especially with the way it went down.
Yeah.
Of course, the draw, I think players need to finish within 2 seconds real time after the photo finish calculation has been done.
Yeah.
So there is a chance of it happening, but I think it's slim. I do think with 2 loads to 1, I think it's going to be hard for Tnort to hold this lead. Wow. Ducker has a total loading time of 21.5 over 2 loads. Tnort has 13 over 1 load. Tnort has a lead of 2.5 seconds and wins Colorado 4-0.
Oh. So
2.5 seconds. That was a Rizzler paper away from being a tie. No shit.
Yeah. Who'd have thought of the matches of the maps here?
Absolutely.
Colorado would be the one to get closest to a tie.
Absolutely nothing is going Ducker's way today. I've got a feel for him. That is so unfortunate.
Sure.
Absolutely. He made up a good amount of time as well, which is the worst part about it. But of course, the one reset was his own mistake. You know, he hit the guy in the face with a briefcase and reset. It's one of them. But crazy. What a match so far.
Half a second win.
Literally. Now we can finally talk about these guys' Dartmoor stats. Look, because we have got which one? Ducker. 6, 9, 10 times in Dartmoor. 6 wins, 3 losses, and a tie. Oh dear, Tnort. 8 times in Dartmoor, 1 win, 7 losses. That's heavily skewed in one direction. But as the score is currently 4-0 to Tnort, I think Ducker would really appreciate the points and quite appreciate his position here as a potential favourite.
You gotta ask the question: do you ever really win in Dartmoor?
I don't think I've ever even beaten Ducker at a map. Ever. And it sucks because...
So 2 minutes till the spin arrives. And what's the record? Look, Fanium and Joker J, 1 minute and 36. That's including loading and planning and all. Like, most likely just booted straight in with whatever was in the loadout, and it's like a second planning. 2 seconds on load.
Literally like literally like gambling. You just sort of bet on the spin.
No, he's not losing his touch. He just has no time to play.
Silence piss to a suit or something like that.
It's him.
it's the
He's still got points and he still won matches.
literally you can just do a
You don't
speed
even
run on this.
expect
You could
Mania
just
to
get a
drop
spin that's
matches
literally
because
just
people
one
that
of the speed runs on SRC.
you don't have
You
So
know,
if I-
usually
practice, it fucking sucks.
it's
And
very
people that
rare
do have time to
in
practice,
roulette that you
they
would
close that
get a
gap
map
really
where
fucking quick.
you can just do the speed run strat like beat for beat.
Like really fucking quick.
Because
Absolutely.
usually it adds some complications. But
Alexa falling object in suit. Bam. Easy.
yeah.
It's literally trilogy safe straps. But anyway, Fuzzy's just brought up a good idea. Should scrap the Dartmoor records because they're all no longer possible.
Right,
They can
yeah,
start
that
again.
ledge drop, of course.
Although apparently, Joker's Recky's from RRWC22, so it stands.
Yeah.
Damn it. There's no point now. Phoniums was from RR9.
I don't know what to even.
If anyone wants to let us know what the spins were, we'd definitely be interested. Meanwhile, we have 10 seconds till the spin comes in. And do you want to read this one, Blunts?
Do I have to? Oh. Okay.
Go on. It won't take long, don't worry.
And the spin is Alexa Carl. Silenced assault rifle as the private PI investigator.
You're fucking kidding me.
Why am I getting this long loading
Can we not
screen?
like add to the bands list like 2 easy spins?
Dude, what the fuck?
Oh, Tnort stuck on that.
Oh,
Not
no.
exactly the loading screen, but then sort of the network loading screen, I guess, the server loading screen.
Oh, way.
Screen. Okay,
So, by the time Tnort gets control of his game, Ducker will be done. That's he's gonna be mad about that. I should turn him up a bit.
Yeah.
Have a little listen in Tnort whilst Ducker just casually completes the level.
I guess the expected approach for this, got some tranks, quickly isolate.
I wouldn't say this is the expected approach, actually. This is slightly different to what I've seen previous. It looks slightly overcomplicated, if I'm completely honest.
Slower, maybe?
That was fucking bullshit.
Yeah, no, I mean...
I think he's just sort of winging it.
Yeah, no, he has to restart. He's made way too many mistakes there, and Tnort has been gifted with a chance to catch up, but...
Tnort getting those tutorials.
Tnort was looking at going for the Seeker strat, and I think the Seeker strat's going to be too slow anyway. However, you were talking about the tutorials. That probably means he hasn't got an exit. The game's just reset on him. We watched this happen to Danny in Break the Record at the weekend. So, in fact, I'm not even saying probably. I am utterly confident in it. And if he gets,
I think the tutorial messages can just get in the way as well. Do certain buttons not like
equip the camera? His exits are locked. I had the same thing in League. This is
there was no fucking shit whooshing or anything.
One of those things. Whenever somebody asks, I make sure to mention. Make sure you do the tutorials. Make sure you exit in Dartmoor. Obviously, he played Colorado, so his progress hasn't been set
it just happened in the menu. We just watched it. The whole thing. We just watched it happen. That's exactly what happened to Danny at Break the Record.
That's tragic.
Absolutely, because he isn't going to realise until he goes to exit. Meanwhile, Duck, all the way upstairs, is looking at taking out the multitude of guards surrounding Alexa. Does seem to have them all, though. Alexa ran outside to go and check the bodies. Couple of missed shots, but gets the headshot. Alexa's dead, and he's right by the safe. Massive advantage, of course, for Ducker here. Is he not going to go for the drop? Of course, for anyone that doesn't know, the drop does still work. You just have to attack it slightly differently. It looks like he is going to go for it, show us all now. A little crouch on the wall, and then you can hop over just like normal. And that will see Ducker on his way to the exit. And I tell you what, now I've got the new gen console, I can see what Moo used to laugh about how slow that is.
Yeah.
I was just used to it. I mean, first time he said, look at that stuff. I was like, what? I'm just, you know. So anyway, back to the game. Tnort has Alexa dead, is punching in the code, and is no doubt going to get to this exit in photo finish range. But it's very, very unlikely he even comes close to this one. With Ducker finishing so far ahead and having they both had one reset each. Both had one reset each. In fact, it depends on the admins and how they judge the start. Oh, he does have the exit. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
It just had the camera thing popping up.
So, does the loading time, sort of the one that wasn't in the official loading screen, that doesn't count, does it?
Come on!
Well, that's how they rule it, but I kind of hope not. There was a clear time where he was not planning. And so you can't see what Ducker's IGT was actually. Did you catch Ducker's IGT?
It's gonna be a photo finish, because why the fuck wouldn't it be?
No.
I'm telling that Tnort is
count
mad.
That long ass fucking load I had. That can't. That's not fair.
Ballpark.
That was a loading screen.
120ish. So decent bit ahead, which I'm not surprised. Seeker Strike was definitely a bit wasted there, to be honest. I feel like a Karma and just taking him out on the stairs would have been pretty decent. And I'm just very surprised that his exits were actually open, you know.
Fucking, what was that?
That's 30
a relief.
It is, yeah, definitely.
40 seconds? I don't even know what the fuck that was.
It's possibly had.
And then fucking spotted
he had his progress reset before and did unlock the exits, but didn't do the tutorial, and that's why he's still getting the tutorials but has the exits.
Could be.
If you could see me, it should have been yellow, and then I would have moved a little bit. I checked, I was all set.
Yeah, one of many photo finish calculations for Dartmoor to be done now. Fairly long history of those. Seen its ties too.
Ducker already offline. It's just going to wait for the announcement in the matchups channel, which is absolutely fair.
Yeah, I know it's like either he gets 2 points or it's just. Obviously, you want to get what you can.
Yeah, I mean, he's kind of got to be kicking himself for that reset, knowing he's in a photo finish now. Obviously, Tnort, just heard from him. He's very mad at the that load at the start. He knows how costly that was.
Reckons it does count towards photo finish time. So. Ooh.
What do you mean?
The sort of loading to replan.
No, this was during the replan, wasn't it? He tabbed across, and then the game just went nah, and just locked him out of the thing, out of planning for like 30 seconds or so. I don't know how long it was, but it was a substantial amount of time, wasn't it?
Yeah, all I can do is speculate as to what the way to calculate this is, but we'll see a result soon. Or maybe not too soon if it's a complicated calculation.
Sure, I mean, admin's probably having a good chat right now about how to handle this. The whole match has just been very, very unfortunate for both our players. Of course, Ducker taking a game crash in the first map, plays on, unfortunately loses that by not, well, it was a decent margin, wasn't it, in the end? Colorado went reasonably smoothly. Both players played on their own merit, and then Dartmoor again has been a bit.
Yeah, it was Dartmoor, yeah.
Questionable.
Dartmoor. So that was the tragic thing that happened in that one.
True. Never a happy ending with Dartmoor, is there?
And jumped the gun, thinking weren't play. So I'm sorry for that. I don't know you, and
what does everyone think to who won that? What's everyone saying?
Somebody's saying Ducker got this, but I'm not quite sure how to pronounce his name, and I don't want to butcher it. Feel free to have a go if you want.
Ebramadi?
That'll do. Lots of emotes.
Jesus.
Not a lot, really.
Oh,
I don't think no one gives a shit, to be honest.
So the time for my loadout slot.
It's just one of those. It's a bit like a coin flip. It's
but
like,
Ducker pressed 30,
yeah, you win, you lose.
37 seconds earlier. What's
Barely
the
made a
photo
difference,
finish?
did
What
it?
is it? 47 seconds?
Oh, wait. Throat's just posted. He
I
says,
think
photo
it's
finish.
right.
Please stand
30
by.
wasn't even a
The
fucking
loading
game.
slot loading from Tnort will
That
be
fucking
included in the
loading
loading
shit was
times.
fucking wild,
Ducker
dude.
press done 37 seconds earlier.
Wow. And
So we have a
that
huge
load for
difference.
Tnort was
But that load
quite
was
long.
Yeah, this is
Within 30 seconds, probably.
anyone's game. And if you think about it as well, right, though Tnort has a longer in-game time. His reset was 10 seconds, 12 seconds game maybe on the Seeker shot. Whereas Ducker had that whole episode upstairs trying and failing and losing control of the area. That was a big reset. So even with the faster in-game time he's got, I think his reset could at least put him level in the actual time spent in-game with Tnort.
I've lost too many
So
matches.
I'm gonna mute Nort because he's
I lost 2
rabbiting away right now.
and then I lost 1-5-1.
But yeah, I think this is absolutely anyone's
and
game.
The 2 that I lost
Absolutely.
6-0. I mean, it is what it is.
I think this could be
And
very close. So you wouldn't be surprised to see a tie. With the way things have gone this evening, I would not be surprised if this turned out to be another tie. Well, not another tie, but another really close one. It's another 2.5 second win. I'm just gonna.
But the other 2 maps,
I don't know.
Like Colorado, I had a 6-minute Colorado.
That'd be mental.
And I lost to 12 minutes. And that sucks. But hey, he played it well.
Oh, Colonel Lonely. So during planning, Tnort, you know how like the connection just freezes sometimes. It makes you wait, and like he had that, and it lasted quite a long time. And on a map like Dartmoor, as you're about to see, it makes all the difference.
About earlier.
Yeah, definitely, it's definitely something that's out of the player's control. It's the game sort of has to be accounted for as part of the game mode, reasonably.
Yeah, I mean, players are supposed to be judged on the time they spend in game and the time they spend planning. Loading is the term for the rest of that time, and in this instance, it's been deemed fair for that time to be counted as loading time. Like I said, it's not like the player gained an advantage by sitting there for 30 seconds, unable to control their game.
Yeah.
Like you might get one guy arguing about, yeah, well, he had time to think about it. Like, come on, get out of it.
Why didn't Ducker crash included?
I hope one day we play on server replacement that is actually stable. No comment. I'm a console dude. I can't do that anyway, so don't bother me.
Here we go.
Just hope for IOI to maybe make an offline match. Same. Offline mode that actually rates you.
Yeah, like how is that missing? That's such a core part of the game. Like, why did you think I wouldn't want that offline?
We're talking about a fucking load.
Melons.
Does boggle the mind.
Definition of a photo finish. It's a fucking load.
Fun fact, by the way, this is the longest the Dartmoor spin's ever been on screen.
That should be counted against something.
Really?
No, probably not, but it's not often you see one that's like sub 20 minutes on the timer and still counting down.
See, I was ready to believe that.
I just made it up.
Don't go spreading misinformation like that. It's so easy to believe.
Well, every time they have a photo finish, it sits there. So basically, like, the longest Dartmoor on screen will be whoever's done the slowest photo finish.
Somebody messages me and says, "Hey, dude, I crashed."
Who could be for it? Who knows?
I've done it for Blythe twice. And
once again, this Dartmoor spin did start almost 15 minutes ago now.
3 different people. I would stop, and I've even
stopped and started
Joker. It's not a shot.
That's the
because of fucking-
match at
That's
6.
what I say.
Delays
That's
and
not a
shit.
shot at the admins, by the way. I didn't mean that to
I'm
come
not-
across
I'm
like I'm
not like
taking
that.
shots. But yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
cool.
This is a decision will be here soon, no doubt, and this is a very complex situation for the admins. So they will be
Duck,
taking all the time they need,
That's my
checking once,
homie.
twice, and thrice
I'm not
to make
bothered,
sure
to be
they
honest.
get
They're
the
following the
fairest
rules. They
result
never
for
had a
both the
stable crash rule,
competitors.
and that's unfortunately that's how it is. Heavy loaded. 1.
Yeah, obviously no judgment, but I would like to go for dinner soon.
I was gonna say, by the way, seeing as Joker's on the controls and he's not even here, I won't be doing like the stand-ins and all that. We'll just go and he'll jump on and do his next match or whatever.
Yeah, fair enough.
I can't sit here and talk about stand-ins. I haven't even got them.
An hour in limbo.
Don't need this. Like I'm probably gonna cry if
Throaty is typing.
and I'm probably gonna
Decision
cry if I
is
don't.
imminent. Once again, Ducker pressed done 37 seconds earlier than Tnort, so only 10 seconds away from that photo finish window. Tnort wouldn't have even got his times counted. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of deficit he actually had there. Drum roll, please. No, he stopped. Never mind.
The drum roll for these things would be very long. Best drummer in the world would have a tough time keeping up his pace.
Get a robot to do it. Go forever.
Do they have those?
Congrats on
Drum
the
roll
struggle.
robots.
Yeah, it would
mean,
not surprise me.
I mean, you could just record it, but
Oh
you know,
yeah, I guess no matter what I won, even if he gets the 2 points.
much better if you make a robot to do it. Oh, you have a decision?
So, Ducker had a total loading time of 30 seconds across 2 loads. Tnort had a loadout slot loading of 30 seconds and a loading time of 16 seconds across 1 load. He had a reset, didn't he? Tnort reset.
Yeah. Yeah. But message does say Ducker, so maybe this is just a couple of typos.
From the information I'm getting, Ducker has a lead of 21 seconds and wins Dartmoor. Final score of 2 points to 4 in favour of Tnort. I think we're going to end it there and let Joker get his thing together.
Yeah, better get a move on.
Sure. Big ups for watching, everybody, and enjoy the next match, whoever it may be. There's one coming up pretty much right now. Let's go.